Hi everybody, Susan Timchak here, also known as Stampin' Sue Creates. I'm here to share with you a video. Hopefully it'll be a quick one. I'm just going to kind of do a little demonstration on showing you how to embroider on pot holders. So let me show you first off what I've been doing. I got these pot holders from the Dollar Tree, and I just actually finished an order for another design with Happy Easter pot holders with a little bunny. And I belong to a couple Facebook groups, and I mean, the questions have been coming in left and right. How do you do that? What kind of thread? What kind of stabilizer? Let me see the back, and I understand we all want to learn how to do it, right? Well, I am brand new to home embroidery on an embroidery machine. So I want to show you kind of, I'm self-taught. I have a class coming up. Just got this brand new machine. If you saw my last video that I did, I was on a different machine, but I've already upgraded because I needed a bigger hoop. So, so here's the front of the pot holder. Okay, these are just from Dollar Tree. So you get two for $1. So they're great to practice on, which is what I intentionally started doing, but they came out so fabulous. So here's the back. Okay, now, maybe the question is, ooh, you should be using the same color thread on your bobbin, or you should, be doing this, or I mean, heck, I use white bobbins. Let me show you. This actually came with my, and I'm not sure how you say this. Is it Innovis or whatever, but it's a brother machine, and this came with it. And I can't tell you how many bobbins I've done. So also with it, pardon my reach, these are the bobbins that came with it. So I just, you open this up here, and I know you can't see, I'll show you that in a little bit. But there's a little thing up here to wind your own bobbins. So I've been winding my own bobbins. Ran into a little trouble, but my Facebook friends helped me out. So thank you very much. So anyhow, let's get started. So this is the Innovis NQ1600E, and E just simply means embroidery, so I hear. Some of the machines are embroidery only, which this one is. Some are sewing and embroidery. I have an old, like 30-year-old sewing machine that I'm very happy with, and I just wanted strictly embroidery, but I wanted a bigger hoop. The other one only had a 4x4 size hoop. I purchased this one off Amazon. This is a 5x7, which is really... the machine I wanted really was just a larger 5x7 hoop, but this one comes with, are you ready for this? This comes with this massive 6x12 hoop. I have it backwards there. I have the whole thing backwards. Hold on. 6x10. Did I say 6x10? 6x10 hoop, which... huge. So I'm okay with that. I think I'm set for life now. I don't see myself going any larger than that. But I did purchase this off Amazon, and I recently just purchased a 4x4 hoop. Because I want to get into doing hats and that. So yeah, that's another story. But I used the 5x7 hoop. So here's the pot holders. Like I said, cute design. I don't know where I got the design. I've been downloading designs like crazy. There are a lot of free designs out there, which this was one of them. All right, so let's get started. I promise not to be too long. Over here on the side, there is a USB port. So these are all my little USB things. Note to self, when you get a, when you purchase USB, whatever you call these thingies, don't get the same kind, because you run into like, what design was that one on? They all look the same. So what I did on mine, I put some washi tape on here. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! As well. Throw a little plug in there for myself. So the ones that look the same, I put a little washi tape on them. I did since learn, excuse me again for my reach, got these, I'm a big Amazon shopper, bought these from Amazon, different colors. They're only two, I don't know, they're flash, it says USB flash drive. Here's the USB number. I'm not a representative of Amazon. I just, love to shop on Amazon. So they're only 2 gig, which when you have an embroidery machine, you don't need those big ones. So these are like you know, don't cost a lot of money, because the machine's only going to read so many of them anyhow. So don't waste your money on a big one. So, of course I sew. So I made some of these lanyards to put it on. So I know that this one has the most recent designs. Okay, let's go. Okay, so on the side you get USB and you have your on switch. So we are turning him or her on. So it's a brother, right? I like to name things. I don't know if you guys are like me or not. I like to name things. So being it's a brother, and it's a workhorse. I'm going to tell you, this machine, I mean, it's not a cheap machine. It's kind of middle of the line machine, but being it's such a workhorse and does so much work for me, I can't tell you how much work I've done on this, and I've only owned him or her 1 week. So being she is so tough, I called my machine Butch. I know, just did. So anyhow, here's your screen. Look at how big that is. I mean, just look at that. Comes with this little cute design on here. And I'm thinking of, like, you know, maybe running some things through my brother's Scan and Cut and decorating it up a little more. But anyhow, color screen. Look how beautiful that is. So get her started, him, her. I don't know if I should call her him or her. Let me know down in the comments, him or her. And what do you think of the name Butch? I mean, do you have a better name? It's not set in stone. So get the machine going, you touch it. So you'll get this little, warning, the carriage of the embroidering unit will move. Keep your hands, etc. away from the cartridge. Okay. Hit okay. Does its thing. Boom. Okay to recall and resume previous memory. We're going to say cancel because I want to walk you through this. So I'm going to cancel that. So when you turn it on and go through its thing, this is the screen that you get. Now there's built-in designs on here. So, I mean, if you're happy with those, go for it. Try one out. That's what I did. My first thing I did was the big monogram, the big S. And I mean, I used that big 6x10 hoop. Man, I thought I was like nervous as a cat on a hot tin roof. But since then, we're good. So we want to, now there's many other things. If you go back and watch my previous video on my PE535 machine, it's basically the same layout as to how to get going. So I won't repeat that. And I'm sure if you're a YouTube follower and you're researching different machines, you probably have already seen those videos. But go back and watch mine if you like. But I want to retrieve something that I downloaded, and this was a free design. Sorry if I'm zhushing you there. So I'm going to press on this. This one here are designs I have saved in there. So I had designs that I was doing for, can you believe it? Like, I'm so new to this. I already have clients. Yes. This is a great way to make some extra cash too. Just saying. So I want to hit this to get my USB. So you'll see here's some of the designs, some of the things I've been doing. You can scroll back and forth to see different things. But like you can see, this has on it 5 GB, which is, I assume, gigabyte. And it's, I guess that's all it's going to read. So like I said, get yourself the 2 gig flash drives. So let's go back. You go back, you go forward, it'll go back to the beginning. So here's the one I want. This is the little bunny one. So I click on that. So now up here, I mean, I don't know, I'm still learning. Different size hoops it tells you can use. So you can't use the little 4x4, but you can use whatever the size, 5x7 to 6x10. That's the biggest that I have. You know, it won't take any bigger than it. Well, it will, but, you know, you only have that amount of design space to create. So I'm doing that when I'm going to hit set. So there it is. Believe in the ears. Yay. Now you can do different things on here like explained in the other video. Move, size, rotate. You can delete. You can add things on this machine, which is hello. I can add a name on here. I couldn't do that with that other machine. But I'm just going to go with the design as is. I'm good with that. So I'm going to hit edit, end. So there we go. Here we have, this is where we can move this around. Look, you can go this way. I don't know if you can see that, my hand in the way. You can go this way. I'm going to go right in the middle. All right. So here's my hoop. Okay. 5x7 hoop. And I have a piece of stabilizer, which looks like a hardened piece of paper towel. you know. And I learned the hard way. I bought this, again, through Amazon. Sorry about the dog. Driving me nuts all day. Bought this through Amazon, this huge roll. It looks like paper towel roll. Not as soft as toilet paper though. So, I mean, but really, times are getting tough these days of finding that on the store shelves, right? Ugh. So stay home and embroider. So here's the hoop. Let me see if I can move you down. Okay, well, oops. I hear you, Butch. I hear you. Okay, so again, hard to do this. Only have a limited amount of space. This machine takes up a lot of space. I mean, I have 2 desks next to each other, and this puppy has to have its own desk on its own, I'm telling you. So I'm going to do the hoop. I have my hoop on the bottom, my stabilizer, and then the other one right here on top. And may have to loosen it. There's a little screw down here on the bottom. One of the things to note, though, depending on what machine you get, if you buy any hoops on Amazon, sorry about the wiggling and jiggling, be sure to get the one that's made for your machine. That was the other reason I like this machine, is the way this hoop design is. It just slides in. That other one had that little clip on there, and I had to be, you know, doing that. And I do not have good fine dexterity skills to begin with. So let me see. I have this on one of these cutting mats because I use this to sew with. So here's my hoop. It's all the stabilizer. Make sure it sounds like a drum so it's nice and tight. Let me see if you can see this. I think you can. So over here, there's this little lever. You want that up. Look at this little thing, just slides right in there. Push that down and you are good. No fussing, mussing with a metal clip. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so, oh, I need a pot holder. Let me go in my stash. Let's see, what color should we do? Let's do brown. Okay, so I went to Dollar Tree during the week, and I think I cleared the shelves. So here they are, pot holders, Dollar Tree, 2 in a set. You know, $1. I'm going to snip this off, get rid of my tag on there. I do leave the tag on the back, you know, just because. So we only need one right now. There's a string on there. You know, if you're a sewer, strings just drive you nuts, don't they? All right. And there goes my cat. She's like running like a Hundsvot as well. What can I tell you? Okay, so this is called floating in the hoop. Let me bring you a little closer. Whoopsie doopsies. How's that? Okay. Sorry, learning how to do all these. I mean, I do card videos, but it's usually above me. Okay, so this is called in the hoop floating. So I'm just going to set that, what I think is the middle. Okay, let's go back to our screen. Alrighty, there we are. Sorry if you see a mess in the back. I mean, you know, if you're a crafter, you can relate. Okay, so this little bit more without you falling. This little design is going to show you where it's going to fit in your hoop. So I'm going to press that. And let's scoochie over here. And oops, can you see that? Okay, so I'm going to hit the design. It's going to show me where this is going to stitch. Up and down. Okay, see, I probably have to come down just a tad smidgen bit more. Okay, so I'm going to move it up. Let's try it again. There. There. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that looks good enough to me. Now, if you're worried about this moving around, you can always throw a couple pins. Only put pins down here at the bottom and down here at the top because you're not stitching in that area. You can run into big troubles with that. All right, so I have my bobbin down in the bottom, so the plate just slips off. When you hold your bobbin, you want it to look like the letter P. So you have your bobbin and your string going down. Looks like the letter P. It just wiggles in there. Again, check out the other video, show you all about the bobbin. So now we're going to thread. I'm not sure if I showed you about threading. Okay, but before we do, we need to know what color, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm all over the place. This is me. So I'm going to hit OK. And just so you know, I don't edit my videos, so you get what you get. Who knows when I start doing this if she decides to jam or not. I don't know. But I'm good with that, good where it's at. I can always, like I stated before, move this up and down any way you want. I'm good with the way it is. I'm good where it's going to be in the hoop. I'm going to hit embroidery. And there it is. These are, again, suggested colors. But it doesn't care what color you pick. You know, you can pick any color you want. See, here's this one. I did this on a navy. Oh, you can't see. Did this on a navy. I chose, ooh, sorry, embroider. I chose, instead of purple for believe, I did yellow. Now this one, I did the purple on this turquoise one. Oops. I don't know. I think it's pretty. So we have brown now. So I don't know. Let me see. These are the colors that I chose. I thought that they were kind of springy. Oh, I think I just put a light on or something. Okay. Let's go with yellow. You know this yellow? I got a whole drawer full of thread. I can't tell you how much thread. Now I'm going to say this whole hobby of machine embroidery is not a cheap hobby once you get started. I mean, there's a lot of things you need. You need the machine, you need thread, you need stabilizer, you know, you need things, just like with any hobby. Okay, so very easy to thread. You got 1, 2, I mean, there's numbers here, down to 3, up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to the back, and an automated needle threader. So we're just going to go ahead with that. We're going 1, 2, all the way across. And I'm sorry you can't see the whole thing, but oh, it's hard to show that. 3, 4, 5 will catch there. 6 comes down. There's this little hook down in here. That's labeled number 6. Make sure the thread goes to the left. For some reason, my thread, I don't know if that thing is just tight in there. But I'll tell you what, if it's not threaded right, and I know my whole pot holder moved, but I'm okay. I know where to go. We can always double check. So you're going to go up in this little hoop, over to 7, and here on the other side is number 8, which cuts your thread, okay? So there's a lever over here. You press. Now, you ready for this? If it's threaded right, it'll go. Oh, wait, I have to put my presser foot down. See, it didn't go, so something wasn't right. This baby is like smarter than me. There we go. Look at that. It threads the needle. So you want to make sure you have a little bit of thread, you know, sticking out. And a lot different than a sewing machine. Okay, I'm going to put my presser foot back up. So look. Oh, life does not get any better. Now I moved this pot holder, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to do my test again. Okay? Yep. Here we go. Okay. All right, that works. I mean, it's a pot holder. You know, don't lose sleep over it. Go back to embroider. Okay, so here's our design. Now, we got a red light here. So that means she's not ready to go yet. So what could the reason be? Well, we got to put our foot down. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down. So put my foot down and we get green light. So here we go. Now, this, the word believe, it tells you right here, takes 5 minutes. So it's going to be 5 minutes. I'm going to let it get started. And let's see how she does. Let me bring you closer. Oh, closer. And sorry if you wiggle jiggle, I mean, she's a workhorse. So she just goes about her business. Now, I did notice this believe is very, very tight stitched to do the bead. So I was a little worried when I first started doing it because I had some problems the other night with, you know, 2 pot holders were lost in the completion of my projects. But, I mean, no fret. They were only 50 cents each. It was just $1. So that's why we're working, you know, to practice. But, I mean, hey, practice is coming pretty good. I don't know about you, but, I mean, this takes 5 minutes to do. So, I don't like to walk away. If for some reason you need to walk away, press this. and the machine will stop. You can go do what you got to do, and then to start again, just hit that. Because there's been times where, and I'm usually here on the side babysitting the machine while I'm doing some stamping or maybe some weeding out of something, or the previous project picking off the back, the paper or whatnot. So yeah, I don't like to walk away because, you know, many things can happen. Your thread can break, your needle can break, it can jam up, but it will stop. And before any kind of damage happens to the machine, I want to make sure that I'm here to fix. But I just find it kind of mesmerizing, you know, to be watching the whole process of this happening. I don't know if any of you guys did embroidery. I mean, I grew up, I don't remember when I even started crafting, but I always crafted something. I did cross stitch, plastic canvas. My first sewing project I'll never forget was in home ec class in school, and we had to make a smock. So how many of you remember smocks? Then that'll kind of be showing what my age is. But I just find it so much fun to watch this, and to think if I had to embroider all this, I mean, heck, this word believe would not take me 5 minutes. It would probably take me like 5 hours. And hence, with all of my hand stitching, things that I did growing up, well, not growing up, going along the way, I ended up with carpal tunnel syndrome. So, yeah, I had to have the surgery done. Now, we're talking, I had that surgery done probably back 20-some years ago. So, the job that I do full-time is a medical transcriptionist for doctors, so that kind of came in handy, being that, you know, I work for orthopedic surgeons anyhow, but, you know, they're not very compassionate when it comes to hand and injuries like that, because it's kind of like, okay, here's a splint, here's, you know, so here's a pain patch, or here's gloves, or here's whatever, and it's kind of like back to work, you know what I'm saying? So, look, we're already on the L. So, I don't know, should I keep chatting? Hopefully my phone will keep going. We're at 22 minutes already. Oh no, we're doing the I. Alright, well, let's continue. I'll just keep chatting. If you're watching this and you don't want to hear all my chit-chat, you can just go ahead and fast forward. But, I mean, it's not going to take long. Here we go. We're getting ready to do the V. The one thing you'll notice is that it stops like that and it moves back and forth. This other great thing about this machine is that it cuts the jump stitches. So the jump stitches are the stitches when it goes from place to place. Normally it has a big long stitch, like you saw how it came down. It would have had a big thread that came down and came back up. And when it was done, I would have had to tediously had to go with, which is another great investment, is have yourself a pair of these sharp scissors. It does come with a pair, but I got these off Amazon. Again, Amazon shopper. I think they were $7 or something. And they have a nice sharp tip on. They're very small, but you can use the ones that come with the machine. That way they would work great. And you have to cut jump stitches. Now the back, it does not cut. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. You'll let it do the believe and stop, and then you'll see the whole process of everything that it's doing in one color. Because when it's time to switch to another color, it's going to stop and it's going to tell me, you know, the next color is and how long it's going to take. Now when you look over here on the screen, let me see. You guys can see. You see where that little green plus sign is? I don't know if you can see how it's going along a track. That's showing you the route that it's going and how, you know, just to kind of give an indication as to how much. Now up here, the countdown will show you how many stitches. And there's one color in 6. So see, now that changed to 2. So now it's showing me a number 085 embroidery, and that is actually the color that's, where are you guys, here on the spool. So 0.85. So if you want to go along with the colors suggested, you can. So, okay, here we are. Ooh, I don't want you to fall off the counter here. Woo! Like I said, didn't want you to fall. So sorry. Let me slip you back.